Hi my lovelies, how are you? As promised, I am really making an effort to put out more videos more often, and so here's another one. Today I am going to do something like this for you, and I had to try it out before I started this just to make sure that I knew what I was doing. But yeah, again, it's a very loose style. I like to do my paintings very quickly because I get bored easily, and I would much rather see the finished product sooner than later. So I try to keep less detail, which I also find makes for a very interesting look and feel, because then you have your own little grunge chic watercolor, so to speak. Okay, so the brushes I'm using are my favorite, the Squirrel Mop 1, the 12 in the regular brushes, and then I think I'm also going to try and use this if there's enough time. This is like one of those rounded brushes, and it's in a size 4, and I'm just keeping this one on hand just in case I need for thinner vines for the leaves, and it's a 6. Alright, so the colors I'm using are purples and blacks with a hint of green. And so I'm going to get started with the center of the flowers. All the centers of the flowers, well, in my recent videos anyways, kind of start off with, you know, the little dot ritual. And so we're going to start off with that. And so I like to do the center thick and then the outsides like super thin, and you'll see why. Not super thin, but like a little bit of distance away from the center, and just kind of surrounding it. And then taking this brush of mine, I'm going to go ahead and get my purple. And here's what's going to happen right now. So do that so you can blend in the dark, if you can see that. I'm going to put a little bit of blues in here. And what I'm not doing, but I should be doing, is keeping a bit of a gap between the petals. The white space between the petals is a good thing. You want to do that. And see, again, I didn't do it. Ugh. I'm going to try it for this one. Okay, so it's just nicer if you have the white space. If you can do that, just make a very conscious decision to do that. I am obviously failing miserably when it comes to that. And so now I'm going to take this, and again, making sure that there's like a little bit of white space in between. Just really roughly do some rough strokes that way. And same thing over here to give it that fuller look. And then same thing over here. And if you touch a little bit of that, then the color bleeds in, which is, you know, the kind of effect you want. So go for it. Especially if the watercolor is still wet. And then again, you don't want to perfect these strokes, you just want them to be super rough. Is rough the right word? Loose, I guess. Loose, rough, sure. You don't have to perfect it. And just sort of go all the way around. And if you have isolated strokes like that, or just like a brush stroke like that, it's nice. Do it, because I find when you have a little bit of, you know, tinier strokes that way, it creates detail in the overall image, and it just looks so much nicer. And what I'm going to do is now go a little bit darker in the center. and just try and blend it in as best as you can. Now the paper I'm using is like cheap, like the cheap Canson paper that comes in the blue pad, and I'm going to show you that, I'm going to list that, the name in the details below the video. But I guess because it's like the cheap all media paper, like not specifically to watercolor only, it doesn't give that great blending effect that you normally would get with, you know, like a more expensive watercolor paper. So know that the results, if you do these on like legit watercolor paper, you would get better results. So just keep that in mind. And now what I will also do is I'm going to go back inside and do a little more detail with this. Okay, so now I'm going to do the leaves. And the leaves I'm going to dip in black and take some green with it because I want it to be more of that really faded. So just do a line there and then press down and do that. And then I'm going to do another one here. Just spread the color there. And then same thing here. Something like that. Then I will also do, this is a little bit damp still, so I'm just going to take advantage of that and kind of do a couple here. That's how I pick where I put my leaves. Like if it's a damp area, then I want that blending effect, so I'll just immediately go there so I don't lose you know, the blending in of the colors because it's damp. Although this didn't quite work out the way I imagined. I mean, it's there very lightly. I don't know if you see it, but yeah, it's there. Something like that. And then I am going to do the small flower kind of like that, the baby flower. So let's just do that one over here. Move this a little bit. And what I will do is the same as before, just the inside center. Make sure I get it dark enough. And then actually I'll just do some over here as well. Make that dark. Okay, and then taking the brush, mixing in my combination of blue and purple, I am going to start off with doing this section first, then a little bit of a gap in between, do the next petal, and let's take a little more blue in and do this. Added a little bit of the gray black in it now. And so again, see how the white space really gives it that full effect, like the petals are really nice and full. So you want to take advantage of that. And, you know, remember, less is more. Something like that. And then, while it is still damp in the center, what you can also do is just go back in a little bit with the black and then it kind of spreads out nicely. So that's how you do that. And then I'm going to take the brush and do more kind of leaves. This is slightly on the greener side, so let me just try and see if I can lighten it. It's not too bad. And I don't want the leaves to be super defined, so again, I'm just going light. Mixing in more of that green, and then going back in. And doing this. All right, so that's done. And just gonna do this really quickly. So this has these really loose straw looking foliage on the side, so I'm just gonna do that as well, just kind of show you how that looks or how that's done. And again, it's just going really loosely with your brush and just kind of getting that without too much detail in there, you know. Just try and stop yourself from overdoing it, because I'm overdoing it right now. And yes, so that's how you would do that. And then what I'm also going to do is I wanted to do a little bit of extra, like really light, oops, sorry about that. Really light, like smaller flowers around the edge. So I'm just going to do that with using, I'm going to use this brush that I said I would show you, or yeah, show you what to do with that. I don't want to mix more colors, so I'm just going to use the purple that I have, and let's see how that goes with the purple black. Let's do the purple black because that's the theme. Let's do that a little bit further down. Oh, that's actually pretty. And then I'm going to, I have the color mixed already. It's like a fleshy peach color. And so you, from the edges, you just go like this. And it almost looks like droplets, which I think is kind of cool. And ever since I realized you could get these kind of effects with this brush, it's been one of my favorites. Be aware though, because with the strokes, there's always that the danger of you overdoing it, in the sense like the flower gets super big, because look how big, like I wanted to do a small flower, but look how big it already looks, or full. So it's just a really nice effect that you can get when you use this brush, and just kind of, you know, go lightly. And again, the key is to have the white space in between the petals, because that really, really does help. So now this is not the perfect color combination, but I'm just doing it so you can see what kind of effects you can generate using this brush. And it's actually quite stunning. So look at that, that's super pretty. And just to bring out the center, I'm going to do like a couple of little like flower foliage things here. And then I'll just do some on the other side. And then I am going to create some leaf foliage around here. Notice this is a little bit darker. And that's okay. I mean, it's a different flower, so you can sort of get a variety of different shades and stuff. Okay, so this is essentially the gist of what I wanted to show you. I actually kind of like how this has turned out, and what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to make this available as, I'm going to digitize them. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to digitize them, and I'm going to put them up as a download, so you can totally download them. They'll be PNGs, and you can use them in your artwork or whatever collateral you're designing or printing. More than happy to share this with you guys for free. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you try it out as well, and give me your input. Tell me what you thought. And once this is up, what I'll do is I'll have it available on my blog and possibly the website as well. I'll have it posted on Instagram and whatnot, so you can avail of this and download it for yourself. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching, and looking forward to your comments. Always love hearing from you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Well, not see you, but you know, I'll post a video next time. Bye!